Life has a way of shifting beneath our feet. One moment we are walking down a familiar path, and the next moment everything has changed. That is how I've been feeling recently. I've changed, and it's inevitable. I'm no longer the Petty that I used to be 3 years ago, 2 years ago, or even a year ago. I'm changing, and I feel like I'm stepping into something new. Let me share more in this video. Enjoy. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is your girl Petty. Thank you so much for joining me yet once again. Thank you. If you are new here, go on and subscribe. If you are new, returning, or maybe you have just stumbled upon this and you're like, okay, maybe you should just leave a comment, a share, and a like. That will do the trick. Thank you so much. Thank you. I am recovering from a terrible flu. It's winter here in Zimbabwe. That's why I was just like, for a change, let me just go and record this video in the sun whilst I take my vitamins and still record this video. You see us bundled up, all wearing jerseys because it's cold here in Zimbabwe. And like I say, I'm recovering from a flu, a terrible flu. You might hear me sneeze here and there. You might hear me, I don't know, like cough here and there. Just know that your girl has survived. This is a testament of a survival. So yeah, like I said, without wasting much of your time, let me just get into today's video. So today I'm going to be sharing something that has really been on my mind recently, because I actually had, funny enough, about a week or so ago, I had a discussion with one of my friends and we're just talking, and then she came to visit me at my workplace, and I was just sharing, like, I feel like I've changed. I've changed, and I don't know if it's a good or it's a bad thing. And I remember what she said to me that day. She said, sometimes you just have to mourn your old self. You have to mourn your old self. I think I'll be sharing more about that in the video. But the reason why I just decided to come and share is, I think it's something that really affected me at some point. In fact, this year and probably last year, when I was just looking back. You know me, guys. If you've been following me for a long time, you already know what I do. That my work with the Hey You series, my work with girls, I was that girl. I was that girl that was giving people hope. And I remember also sharing with the friend that I was talking about, is I went on social media. I know you're not supposed to compare ourselves, and you know how I last year have been so big on contentment. So I went on social media. I saw another person who is now living the life that I used to live. The life of giving people hope, giving people that they have something to look forward to on my social media, through my work and everything. And at some point in life, I thought, you know what? I have felt God to give your people, like, purpose to your children. I have felt, and it's something that really affected me for quite a while, is I felt like, you know what, I'm supposed to be doing that. I'm supposed to just continue with the momentum that I've always had all these years, posting frequently, being there for your people, and I cannot even do that right now. I can no longer do that, and it really affected me. And I started asking. I think I've shared about my purpose here on YouTube, on Facebook anyway, where I said my purpose is to uplift people, is to be a home, to provide a place where the broken can actually call home through whatever I do. So if I can no longer do that, it's like you've taken the power out of the water out of a fish. That's exactly the analogy. You have really removed the fish from the water, because I can no longer do that because of various reasons. I'm talking about the work that I'm now doing, the transition in my life, which I will be sharing to you in the upcoming videos, about how I've been transitioning from being a single person to in a relationship to whatever comes with that. So it's actually something that has taken so much of my time, so much of my focus, and at some point, I'm just going to be honest with you, I was like, I'm no longer the person that I was. I don't know who I am, like the individual Pettie anymore. I don't have that anymore. And I don't want to turn this into a sad video because that's how, like, the other video that I recorded about, I felt my taking my drivers. It seems like it was so sad and it's so like demotivating. And I don't want to make it as another video like that because it really isn't. I think the analog or the feeling that I then had or that I now have is the feeling that I now have is I'm actually checking if my camera is my audio is still on. The analog the feeling that I now have is I'm going through a transition, and this transition is for me to become even a better person. I know that probably, which is so sad, I'll never go back to the Pettie that I used to be, that Pettie. But this might be something that will turn out to be I'll turn out to be an even better Pettie. You get what I'm saying? So I don't want to talk to me only. I also want to talk to you as well. If you feel like you are no longer the person that you used to be, or you don't know who you are anymore, like now you don't have an idea of who you are anymore, this is also to say that you are also going through a transition, like how I'm going through a transition. I personally am going through a transition from a young girl, which actually took me a little longer. I know some people, they become adults when they are still very young, but for me, I feel like I'm finally turning into an adult, from a young girl to a woman, and I'm so excited to see what this womanhood would bring me. I don't know, like I said, I'm in love. I'm now going through a job, which you have heard me talk about my job a lot on this channel. I feel like God gave me a job about what I've been doing all these years, and been like, you kind of have to test it. And who knows, maybe this is not my final point. There's even a bigger thing. This is just a passing phase where I'm going through this change and I'm evolving into something even greater, and I cannot wait. Maybe I am going to finally start that business and it's going to flourish. I'm finally going to go back in the studio and record that album when I am now older, more mature. I now know what I want. I've been learning all these years, like what I'm learning now, I'm going to finally apply it. And who knows, this is the moment that I'm going to it's going to happen. And I actually thought about it, and I thought it in a way that says that one day I'm going to understand, I might not understand right now, but I'm going to understand why this moment right here was necessary. Let's come back to this video 5 years later, 10 years later, when I am now in a different space, in the Lord willing. I want to look back and be like, okay, so that was the point. I was not going to do this task with the mindset that I had, with being the Pettie that I was during that time. I was young, I was immature, or I didn't know what I know now. What I usually what I usually write in my blog is, when you know better, you do better. Yeah. So it's something, it's a quote that I think Oprah says a lot. When you know better, you do better. I didn't know, but now I know, so I will do better this time. So yeah, I'm just waiting on God to see where this next chapter of my life will be taking me. My prayer right now, I think my prayer this moment or to God is probably sort of like to pray to God to be content. I am someone who, I think last year my theme was contentment, as you all know. I want to continue to be content, to be okay with where I am. I can no longer do what I used to do, and sometimes it hurts me, especially when I think of things like music, helping people and the likes. I cannot, being here with me, the capacity, I don't even have the capacity to do it right now. I feel like I'm already so overwhelmed. I don't have a space for that. But I want to be content with this moment, to know that it is important in my life and there is a reason that I'm going through this, and that is my prayer. I don't know how best I can describe it, but I want to be content with the moment that I'm passing through, to know that, you know what, I've changed. And that's okay. I've changed. Like I said, my friend actually said you have to mourn your old self. Because funny enough, we were actually pointing out the work that I'm doing now. And it's something that I found myself saying that I'm still making change. I'm still making an impact in my life, but not the way that it's now different. I'm doing it in a different way through my work that I'm doing now as the business development officer, the way I touch people, the way I make people feel. And also the little gritty things like my blog, my watch, it's no longer at the magnitude that I think, okay, in 2025, it will be. It now had to be like a big thing. I should be well known around the world, or I don't know, something like that. I should be having something solid. But I'm still making, those atomic bombs, like in the book. If you have read the book Atomic Habits, that's what I'm making. Those small steps, those small things that I'm doing, that change that I'm doing, and I believe that will turn out to be an even bigger thing. I know it sounds like I'm hyping myself up, but I'm also speaking to somebody who feel like her life is just there. It's straight. You don't know, those small tiny habits that you are investing in or you are doing right now can even turn into a big gigantic bomb. And small habits make large impacts, the largest impact. So yeah, that's why I came to YouTube today, to just talk about myself. I know sometimes it seems like I'm just like coming here to say, but it's not like that. I'm happy and I'm so excited about the new chapter that I'm about to enter. And not only that, even in my workplace, even in my life, even on this channel, guys, go on and like and comment and subscribe so that we reach more people and we touch many, many, many more people. So thank you so much for watching this video. I love you. I pray to God for you, and I wish you all the very best. I wish you enormous things. I wish you to be content in the like what you're going through right now, in the moment or in the time that you are right now. I wish you all the very best. Continue to wish me all the very best. More content is coming because now I'm free, guys. I know that I've shared with you how busy I was a few weeks ago. I'm now free, so more content is coming, and I hope you enjoy it. I wish you all to share this video and to just continue to live in love, in the grace of God. God bless you. I love you.